Good morning, everybody. Good morning again. Okay. Well, I will introduce myself again. Okay. My English name is Flora. My Chinese name is Zhao Yu. Would you please remember my English name? Okay. Flora. Flora is easy for you. And my Chinese name is Zhao Yu. You know, our Chinese put our surname, put our family name in the beginning, and then that's our given name. So Zhao is my family name, and Yu is my given name. Well, do you speak Chinese? No? Okay, it's good news to me. Well, I speak English. Could you understand my English, please? Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, if you have any problems and questions, please let me know, and I will try my best to answer your questions and to help you. Well, welcome to China. Welcome to Beijing. Well, is this your first time to China or first time to Beijing? Well, some of you, I think, or most of you are first timers to Beijing. Well, and today we have a tour, and a whole day tour, and I would like to introduce the schedule itinerary of today. And now we are driving to the Tian'anmen Square and the Forbidden City, and then we will have a buffet, have a lunch, have buffet as a lunch, and near the Temple of Heaven. And then after lunch we will visit the Temple of Heaven. Tian'anmen, yes, very good. Tian'anmen is Chinese name of Temple of Heaven. And after Temple of Heaven, and maybe we will do some shopping in the market. Well, that's good. And we are looking forward to the shopping, right? Especially girls, right? Okay. Well, boys and girls. Well, because now today the weather is very, very hot, extremely hot. The temperature of today is reached to 35 degrees, the highest temperature. I think during the highest temperature, 35 degrees, and we were in Temple of Heaven at 2 p.m. That's the highest temperature of the day. Well, our hotel is located outside Fifth Ring Road. Well, if you have ever seen the map of Beijing, well, you can open your cell phone and to see the map of Beijing, and you may notice, and we have several ring roads around the city center. We are driving to the city center from our hotel to the Tian'anmen Square, nearly 30 kilometers. Actually, it is 28 kilometers long from our hotel to Tian'anmen Square. Tian'anmen Square is one of the largest city center squares in the world. It is truly the heart of Beijing. That's the center of Beijing. And then we have several ring roads around the Tian'anmen Square. Well, Forbidden City is just behind the Tian'anmen Square. So Tian'anmen Square is in front of the Forbidden City. Well, we start from second ring road. We have no first ring road. There are no traffic lights on the ring roads. Later, maybe our bus will drive on a short distance of the ring roads, fifth ring road. Well, the second ring road, the total length of the second ring road is 23 kilometers long. 23 kilometers long, no traffic lights. So we love ring roads. And the third ring road is 48 kilometers long. 48 kilometers long. Yes, nearly twice. And the fourth ring road is 65 kilometers long. And the fifth ring road is close to a hotel and is 100 kilometers long. 100 kilometers long. Actually, it's 99 kilometers long, and it's easy to remember, but 100 kilometers long. And the sixth ring road is 200 kilometers long. And we say inside the fifth ring road, that's downtown. Inside fifth ring road, that's downtown. Well, so Beijing is a big city, and we can see how large and how big from the ring roads. Well, Beijing has 16 districts, and the total area of Beijing is 16,000 square kilometers. So it's huge. It's huge. Well, it is 178 kilometers long from north to south, and 160 kilometers wide from east to west. And it is about 183 kilometers long, far away to the sea coast, to the east. And that's the Hebei province. And we have Beijing has a population of 22 million. 22 has a population of 22 million. Well, this number actually is hard to get the accurate number because most of them are not local Beijingers. They are from other places, other provinces of China, especially from young persons. They come here to find jobs. Here is Beijing. Well, Beijing is a capital city of China, and also Beijing is a place where the central community and the central government located, and Beijing is the economic, culture, and political center, and the people from all walks of life to make their contribution to the construction of China here. So here Beijing has the best hospitals and the best college, universities, and the university like Peking University and the Tsinghua University. They are nationwide famous. It is great honor. I think maybe the greatest honor to have if a family has children who go to Peking University or Tsinghua University. That's the greatest honor of the whole family. Well, the people now livelihood of China has changed a lot, and we have improved the livelihood, and because of the new China. We are going to visit the Tian'anmen Square and the Forbidden City. Well, you know the Forbidden City contains the imperial palace of Ming and Qing dynasty. Have you heard of the Ming and Qing dynasty? Well, some of you maybe heard of the Ming and Qing dynasty. Ming dynasty was from 1368 to 1644, and that's 600 years ago. So the number of the year is complicated. Complicated to remember, but we will remember 600 years ago that was Ming dynasty, and 300 years ago that was Qing dynasty. Why I talk about the Ming and Qing dynasty? These two dynasties are close to us, close to nowadays. Well, I would like to say something about Chinese history. Well, even for Chinese, history is hard to study or to learn, to remember. Well, have you heard of the first emperor in Chinese history, or Qin Shi Huang, emperor? Well, you are knowledgeable. Well, have you heard of the terracotta? Okay, good. Well, terracotta in Xi'an. Xi'an is the capital city of Shanxi province. It is located in the center of China. And 2,200 years ago, Xi'an was the capital of whole China. Well, we skip the primitive society of the Chinese history, and we started from the Qin dynasty. Before Qin dynasty, that was autumn and spring and autumn and the warring states period. That was, well, tomorrow we are going to visit the Great Wall, and the construction of the Great Wall started from 7th to 4th century BC. So that was the spring and autumn and the warring states period. Well, the first emperor, we say Qin Shi Huang. Qin, that's the name of the dynasty. Qin, that's the first dynasty, Qin dynasty. And the Qin Shi Huang, this emperor, defeated the other small kingdoms, and he established the first centralized and unified feudalism society in Chinese history. So 始 means the first, means first one, number one, first one. So the Qing dynasty started from 221 BC to 206 BC. So also it is hard to remember the number of the year. And we will say 2,200 years ago, that was Qing dynasty. Qing dynasty is short period. And then after Qing dynasty, that was Han dynasty. Han dynasty lasts 400 years. 400 years. So Han dynasty is a long, dynasty. And then after Han dynasty, there's the hundreds of years of chaos. That's war time. And then in about 518, that was Sui dynasty, and then Tang dynasty. Well, have you heard of Tang dynasty? In Chinese history, Tang dynasty was the most prosperous country in Chinese history, and the Tang dynasty also lasted nearly 300 years. And then we will come to the Liao, Song, Yuan, Ming, and Qing dynasty. And why I would like to say something about the Chinese history? Because Beijing as a city has history of 3,000 years. So even before the Qing dynasty, and then Beijing has been a capital city for 900 years since Liao dynasty. Liao dynasty is from 1115 to 1235. So that's 900 years ago. And then we are familiar. Maybe most of you are familiar with the Yuan dynasty. Maybe you are not familiar with the Yuan dynasty, but maybe you have heard of the Genghis Khan and the Kublai Khan, right? And that's the hero. That's the hero, and they were the emperors of Yuan dynasty. They were the emperor of Yuan dynasty. The Yuan dynasty. Yuan dynasty was from 1271 to 1368. So Yuan dynasty was not very long. But Genghis Khan and the Kublai Khan, they are world famous. And then we will come to the Ming dynasty. Well, Ming dynasty, we have a lot of stories in Ming dynasty. The construction of the Forbidden City started from Ming dynasty. And the construction of the Forbidden City started from 1406 to 1420. So that was 600 years ago. 600 years ago. Well, the Ming dynasty actually, in the beginning, the first emperor of Ming dynasty, he established the Ming dynasty. He made Nanjing as his capital. Nanjing, have you been to Nanjing? Nanjing is a city in southern part of China, and here Beijing is in northern part of China. Bei in Chinese means north, and Nan means south. So, and the third emperor of the Ming dynasty, after the construction of the palace, and he moved his capital city from Nanjing to Beijing. So from then on, and Beijing has been capital city for the whole country again. And 14 of the Ming and 10 of the Qing dynasty ruled from the Forbidden City. Well, the Great Wall and the Forbidden City are must-sees. If you have only one day, you can make the tour in the morning to the Forbidden City and in the afternoon to the Great Wall. And maybe you should skip the Tian'anmen Square. Tian'anmen Square is also huge. It is one of the largest city center squares in the world. You may see the Tian'anmen Square on television. Well, every morning, in the early morning, because now this is the summer, in the beginning of the summer. And in the early morning, 3:30 or 4 o'clock, and many tourists, domestic tourists, visitors, and they gather in the Tian'anmen Square to see the flag raising ceremony. Every day we have flag raising ceremony. And even though the New China has established in 1949, October the 1st. So October the 1st is our national day, and also we have